Hello my dear friends, here I am Reshma once again welcoming all of you with a big heart filled with lots and lots of love. And right now I'm in this beautiful place and I'm just going to introduce all of you to this beautiful place. Whenever I am in Gurgaon, which is a place in India and in the state of Haryana, and this particular place is called Hawker Street. And here this cafe is a very beautiful cafe, and you know it used to be a different name previously when I used to come, and today it was just a surprise when I came here. The team, when we came here, we just had this feeling that we are going to B&B, which is the full name was Black and Brown at that time. And today when we came, we just saw here the name has changed. Right now the name is the High Rise Cafe. The place is the same, the cafe is the same, and I am very fond of cafes. And the cafes, like whenever we come to this particular place called Hawker Street, it just oozes that the charm of European feeling. That the cafes are there, the eateries are there, the places are parched with this beautiful leaves and trees and quiet places where you can just chill and relax, that kind of a beautiful cozy vibe. And that's one of the reasons actually that I choose today to come to this place. And yes, today is going to be a very special day, a special celebration, and as I always believe and as I always say, that sharing is caring and caring is love. And so here I am to share with you some beautiful special moments. You all know that it was just Father's Day a few days before. It was 18th of June 2023. I guess last Sunday or maybe before last, and today I know today is 24th, and yes, I'm running little late, but better late than never. And today here we are doing this a Father's Day special celebration. And what can be a Father's Day special celebration for me by not having with a coffee or tea, and that also black, because today I would like to share something with you regarding my when I was growing up with my father, because it is always a Father's Day celebration, so we can't not talk about our father. And I'm sure you all have had beautiful happy memories with your father, and I too have. And as I said, our the camaraderie, the kind of whatever with my father, it was mostly over cup of tea or over cup of coffee, and that also used to be black. So because we always love the black one, we don't take the milk one. So, and I just felt what can be a best place to celebrate if it is a cafe, and that's why we chose this place. And talking about fathers are very, very special in any kid's life, I believe, and I'm sure it is. And as far as I myself is concerned, when I used to be a kid, I used to be in little awe of my father. Yes, he was, kind of a very, not strict, I would not say that, but he had an aura where you just feel like he is somebody whom you cannot touch like that. He is like always a kind of a distant. Not exactly, but he used to have a very heavy voice and a kind of a gesture where you just feel like, as I said, that awe. So when I used to be a kid, I was not very much close to my father, because when we are growing up, we do have certain ages. One is baby, kid, then we are growing up. So when I was in my say fourth, I was 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, like that. Yes, I was very close to my father. Whenever he used to come home, I always used to run and rush, to relay the entire thing that had happened on that particular day to him. So it was all the, the fun and those kind of things. But once I started growing up, I hit my teenage, we all have our own things. And so that time, yes, there was a distance that got created. But again, life comes full circle, as we say. So when I was in my 30s, when that time, once again, I got back that connect with my father. And though in this between there were certain years that I lost, I wanted to say so many things, I wanted to express so many things, but I could never. As I said, there was a kind of a distance. Yes, the normal things we used to, but nothing more than that. But I wish to. And now today, as you probably all know, I don't have my father anymore. He passed away a few years before, and now I miss him more than anything else. And I can always feel that vibe. And today we do have these, 2 cup of coffee. We are celebrating Father's Day, as I said, one for me, and yes, this is for my father. So, because as we always say, without tea, without coffee, in India, we just cannot gel. And when I grew up, I became, as I said, in my 30s, that time, that communication once again came back. And that time, whenever I used to sit with my father or talk with him, we used to talk, we used to discuss, we used to share so many things. And that time I just felt like he became more of a friend to me than my father. And before, I cannot, stop talking about him if I want to. But I know time is less, time is short, and I don't want to bore you all so much. I would just like to, share a little incident. It was a story of a few years before, and he came to visit me along with my mother. And that time I just thought I should give him some gift, of my own income. Because he is a man who never took anything from his kids. Never. Never, because it was beyond his thinking. He will take things from the kid. So that time I felt I should give something from my income. So with that thought, I took him to a big store, and I just asked incidentally, by the way, I used to call my father as Bapi. That's how I always used to call him. So I took my Bapi to a big store, and I asked, you go and you have to buy a denim trouser. He was very fond of denim, actually. He almost every time I used to find him, other than his office and professional work, he always used to be in denim. So I asked him to, and he didn't know, it was a surprise for him. I wanted to give him a denim jacket as well as a trouser. So one thing is, he went to the trial room once. He came back to share it with me and my ma, means my mother, and with my masis. My masis were also there at that time. So we said, yeah, it is fitting you, but it's just okay. So you go once again and try something new. So he once again went inside the trial, again came outside, and every time he was coming outside, he was wearing his shoes, because he is very particular. He never wanted to see himself just like that. So in this way, he went at least 4 to 5 times in the trial room. Every time he came outside wearing the shoe with a new trouser, and finally we said, yes, this is okay. That day, I just understood how much patient he was, because he was not having anything less, but because it was me who was giving him that gift, so he was more than happy, to go through that grueling trial process for 4 or 5 times, every time going, wearing the shoes, coming out, showing, again going. And even after a point, we were getting what is happening, why something is not fitting him or suiting him, but he came out with a big smile. So that day I realized that yes, even at times maybe the fathers seem to be little, grumpy, angry, or little bit farther, but no, they are not. They are always there with us. And that day, once again, I relieved him, I re-understood him. And it was so much fun. And trust me, once we came out of the store, he having that denim jacket and denim trouser gifted by me, he was so happy. I just cannot express. I can just see it in his eyes. And he gave me a big hug. And another thing, in my family, hugging is not a very common thing. We don't. But that day he gave me a hug, and I don't know what to say. So yes, I just wanted to share this beautiful story with all of you. And before we wrap it up, one, you can say, request to all of my friends, especially my young friends who are kids, who are very young, who are in your teenagers, 20s, etc., that if you have anything in your heart for your father, just say it. Just say it. Today, when I do not have my father, so often I wanted to say that, Bapi, I love you. But I could have never said this to him when he was alive. And today when he is no more, yes, on screen I'm saying this, that Bapi, I love you. I know he is there around me. So that's the reason I'm requesting you, that time is very short. So whatever is there in your heart, just go and express to your parents. You never know when the time stops. Time is there, express your love, give them a hug, say them I love you Papa, I love you my father, or whatever the way you say, just express and see that star, that sparklings in their eyes. I can bet and I can assure they want to hear these words from you. Today I understand when I do not have him with me. So yes, once again, before we wrap it up today, Bapi, today this special episode I dedicate it to you, and so often I wanted to say that I love you, but I couldn't say. But today, yes, I say I do love you, Bapi. Wherever you are, be there with me. I always look up to you, and whenever I feel that I am not getting ways what to do, I always call upon you. You know that very well, and I know that time I get that voice inside me. You are just guiding me. So thank you friends, thank you so much. Today once again I had shared a beautiful precious piece straight from my heart. And yes, please don't forget, whatever is there in your heart, go and tell your father that Papa, I do love you. Give them a big hug and see the stars, the joy. So yes, all my dear friends, I wish all of you a very very happy days in the coming few days. Wish you a whole lot of love, merry cheer. Let's be gentle to each other. Let's share some tea and coffee with each other. Let's be supportive towards each other. So with this, today I wrap it up and thanking all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. So here I am, Reshma, and as you all already know that we are shooting this beautiful a special episode of ours in this beautiful place called the High Rise Cafe, and there are some beautiful people who are here in this particular place, and as I always say, we are sharing is caring and caring is love. And so yes, I would like to introduce all of you to these beautiful people who had been serving us and being so very supportive. भैया आपके नाम?
मेरा नाम रॉबिन सिंह नेगी है और मैं अभी रिसेंटली 1 महीना हुआ है यहाँ ज्वाइन किया और बेसिकली उत्तराखंड से बिलोंग करता हूँ।
ओके जी, तो यू हर्ड ऑलरेडी हिम। और आप?
यस मैम, मेरा नाम प्रवीण सिंह है, मैं यहाँ पे शेफ़ हूँ, हेड शेफ़ यहाँ पे। एंड हमने 2 मंथ पहले से इसको रीओपन किया है। पहले ये ब्लैक ब्राउन कॉफ़ी के नाम से था, बट अभी ये हाई राइज़ के नाम से है। और आप यहाँ पे इसको लुकिंग करना चाहेंगे तो हाई राइज़ कैफ़े के नाम से ही यहाँ पे लुकिंग हो पाएगी आपकी।
ओके, और आप?
मेरा संदीप है, मैं यहाँ हॉस्पिटल में यहाँ सफाई के लिए रखा हुआ है और अपने अच्छे से करता हूँ।
ओके जी।
तो मेरा नाम दीपक सिंह है, मैं उत्तराखंड से हूँ। मैं 2-3 महीने से इनके पास ही काम कर रहा हूँ।
तो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, आई इंट्रोड्यूस्ड ऑल ऑफ यू with these beautiful people who are always supporting us, and they are all from different states of India, and they are in Gurgaon right now sharing their expertise in this particular place and giving us the comfort, so that when we come here we just feel that vibe, that that coziness and the great coffee, of course. So thank you all of you, thank you so much.